know that you think you're the coolest one in town, but to me you'll be much cooler when you're 6 feet off the ground. Some of us are crazy, some are smart and brave. Well, it doesn't really matter, we all end up in the grave. All my favorite people are dead. All my favorite people are dead. I'm saying all my favorite people are dead. All my favorite people are dead. All my favorite people are dead. All my favorite people are dead.
Well, hello, breathers.
And welcome back
To another fabulous episode of
All My Favorite People Are Dead.
Haha.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Talking about dead people.
As we always do. This is what the show is about.
Well, we can't talk about living people. That's not history. That's current
true.
events.
Current events.
They have to be dead in order to make the history requirement.
One of my professors in college, he was convinced that anything really beyond the American Revolution was current events.
That's so funny. Well, your frame of reference, right?
Yeah.
I mean, to me, the 80s were like, 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. Remember I did that in the 80s. Wait, that was what? 40 years ago? Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I know. It's, my mom and I were walking in the Civic Center yesterday for this craft show. And Mom's like, I haven't been in this place in ages.
Yeah.
I was like, Mom, I think the last time you and I were here was for a Weird Al Yankovic concert.
Yeah, there you go.
Over 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And then she's like, 20 years? I'm like,
I know.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm old.
You're old? So I'm going to slap you across the table. You're old.
And I'm like, that's just...
Okay, folks, the
wild.
millennial thinks she's old. She doesn't know
am.
old. Yeah.
I am.
Okay, you're old.
We're getting old.
Yeah, okay. You're getting better. I'm getting older. No, yeah, I like to think like 60 is the new 30, but who am I fooling? 60 is twice 30.
Really?
Just in case you can't do math.
There's some 30-year-olds who act like they're 60, so...
And there were some 60-year-olds who act like they're 30.
Yeah, so
it's a number.
It's a wash.
No, it really is. I've seen 80-year-old people that climb, the top of mountains.
Right.
And, I'm 80, I'm going to go zip lining. And I mean, it is true. People are living longer and better than before. Mm-hmm. But that still doesn't, separate the fact that when I think about something, I'm like, that was 2-3 years ago. And it was 2-3 decades ago.
Yeah.
And like something will pop up on my social media feed. And I'm like, oh, wow, that was 9 years ago.
Yeah.
Where did I put that shirt?
I know. Rich had... was looking at the Facebook memories, and he's like, on this day we were heading down to Williamsburg, Virginia. I'm like, when was that? He's like 9 years ago.
Really?
I'm like, oh,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And the older you get, the faster it goes. It really does. Because, I'll take out something for, Thanksgiving, right? I'll be like, where's my turkey this or that? I'm like, didn't I just take that out 2 weeks ago? No, that was a year ago. That was a year ago? No, that was last Wednesday. It does. You remember when you were a kid and, my birthday, it's so far away, blah, blah, blah.
Now it's like, shit, it's here.
I have 3 a month. I don't know about anybody else. I'm like, really? Again? Again? Wow, 3rd one this month.
That's wild. I know. Well,
that's why we talk about dead people.
We talk about dead people. Yeah. We're all dying.
Getting there.
We're all getting there.
So also what I realized is this is the oldest you've ever been.
That's right.
Today is the oldest day you've ever been. However, it's also the youngest day you've ever been. Think about it. Because for the rest of your life going forward, today is the day you are the youngest. Think about that. So it's not like I'm old. It's like compared for the rest of my life in front of me.
I think my brain just melted.
Today I am young. I am the youngest I will be for the rest of my life today.
True. Yep.
Not the oldest.
That's right.
That's how I have to look at it. Yes.
Okay.
I have
spoken. We could die tomorrow, so you never know. God
forbid. You never know.
You never know.
Nobody knows.
That's true.
Nobody knows. That's why you got to make use of what you got.
Indeed.
And what was it in the immortal words of Gandalf? All you have to decide is what to do with the time you're given.
Oh, is that Gandalf?
I think so.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, it's Teresi, but
it's Teresi.
First it was Gandalf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
heard him say it. Now it's Teresiism. But yes, that's all you have to do is decide what to do with the time you're given.
I dig it.
So you're going to talk about people who weren't...
So for today's episode, I thought I could take some time to talk about obituaries.
It's something we do. We like obits.
We like obits, yeah. Usually we do like a oh shit time for a modern day obit.
Right.
I mean, really the show is just like one big obit, essentially.
True that.
But, the obituaries are really the last story most of us will ever get, right?
That's true.
Today, I want to read through some weird obituaries.
Okay.
If you have the chance to write your own obituary, you can make it sound however you want.
Do people do that?
Sure. Oh,
Okay.
yeah, all the time.
Okay.
Some of these that I'm going to read today, I'm like, this was clearly written by this guy. Like, this guy...
Yeah.
Clear, right.
Here lies John Doe. Pardon him for not rising, you know?
Yeah.
Stupid things that you would see on, like, imitation headstones at Halloween.
That's another episode we should do. Funny headstone.
Funny headstone. Right.
There's some real winners out there.
Yeah.
But, sometimes you don't always get the chance to write your obituary. Sometimes you die real sudden.
Okay.
And then somebody else ends up writing it for you.
Okay.
Which
Never thought about it.
Might be good or might be bad. Mm-hmm. Winston Churchill said, "History will be kind to me because I intend to write it." So,
wow.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Right? So plan ahead, folks. Plan ahead. Right. Plan your own, write your own obituary.
I guess if you're putting a will...
Yeah.
You know,
you
or whatever, you're filling out the deed or whatever it is, you look out for yourself and you want to leave your own tribute of what you think was important in your life.
Right. Because you might get something that's not so great. Someone else might go, he was an asshole.
Right. And they write that in the obit.
Yeah.
That would be funny.
So we've got some funny ones today. We got some mean ones too.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And these are nobody famous.
Just regular
Joes that I found. A lot of this is from legacy.com, which is like a big obituary website. Whoa, Jesus.
You may want to stop this a minute.
Uh-oh. That is perfect. Okay, so that is Sue's doorbell.
Yes, it is. It is. That is my doorbell. I figured, live it. That's what I'm doing.
And your lovely neighbor brought you some vegetables.
My lovely neighbors bring me food because times is hard and things are bad. And no, they're very sweet. Thank goodness. I have lovely neighbors, and that is my
should have invited him for coffee.
I know. Next time.
All right.
That is my crazy doorbell. Yes, that's my actual doorbell. In case you want to know, and the howling happens. That's how I know. The mail is in.
I love it.
Mail's in. And...
Okay, so
what were we doing?
We were going to talk about obituaries.
Oh yeah.
All right. Let's start with our first one. All right, ready?
Born ready.
Now, here's the thing.
Okay.
I'm going to read the obituary, and I think we'll save the commenting until after I've read the obituary because we don't want to confuse our comments with the actual obituary.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. William Freddie McCulloch from Bloomingdale, Georgia. Here's his obituary. The man, the myth, the legend. Men wanted to be him, and women wanted to be with him. William Freddie McCulloch died on September 11th, 2013. Freddie loved deep-fried Southern food smothered in cane syrup, fishing at Santee Copper Lake, Little Debbie cakes, 2.5 Men, beautiful women, Reese's Cups, and Jim Beam. Not necessarily in that order. He hated vegetables and hypocrites. Not necessarily in that order. He was a master craftsman who single-handedly built his beautiful house from the ground up. Freddie was also great at growing fruit trees, grilling chicken and ribs, popping wheelies on his Harley at 50 miles per hour, making everyone feel appreciated, and hitting Coke bottles at 30 yards with his .45. When it came to floor covering, Freddie was one of the best in the business, and he loved doing it. Freddie loved to tell stories, and you could be sure 50% of every story was true. You just never knew which 50%. Marshall, Matt Dillon, Ben Cartwright, and Charlie Harper were his TV heroes, and he was the hero of his 6 children, Mark, Shane, Clint, Brandeis, Ashley, and Thomas. Freddie adored the ladies, and they adored him. There isn't enough space here to list all of the women in Freddie's past. There isn't enough space in the Bloomingdale phone book. A few of the more colorful ones were Mama Margie, Mama Margie, Crazy Pam, Big Titty Wanda, Spacey Stacy, and Sweet Melissa. He explained that nickname had nothing to do with her attitude.
Oh.
He attracted more women than a shoe sale at Macy's. He got married when he was 18, but it didn't last. Freddie was no quitter, however, and he gave it a shot 2 more times. It didn't work out, and with any of his wives, but he managed to stay friends with them and their parents. In between his many adventures, Freddie appeared in several films, including The Ordeal of Dr. Mudd, A Time for Miracles, The Conspirator, Double Wide Blues, and Pretty Fishes. When Freddie took off for that pool party in the sky, he left behind his sons, Mark McCullough, Shane McCullough, and his wife, Amy, Clint McCullough and his wife, Desiree, and Thomas McCullough and his wife, Candace, and his daughters, Brandeis Chambers and her husband, Michael, Ashley Cooler and her husband, Justin, his brothers, Jimmy and Eddie McCullough, and his girlfriend, Lisa Hopkins, and 7 delightful grandkids. Freddie was killed when he rushed into a burning orphanage to save a group of adorable children. Or maybe not. We all know how he liked to tell stories. The next obituary... Wait, stop there. First of all, I fell asleep, okay? Number 2, did Freddie write this himself? I'm thinking...
Yeah, it sounded like a personal ad.
It sounds like, yeah.
It sounds like a person wanted one big-breasted woman to come sit on the back of my Harley and drink alcohol.
Yeah,
and
there was Big Titty Wanda, one of his girlfriends.
Okay. I'd like to see her obituary.
Yeah, really.
Freddie wrote that too. Okay, so it's a little obvious to me that Freddie done wrote this himself.
I think
as a tribute to Freddie.
I think so.
Yeah. Freddie's dead and he's getting on my nerves.
He rushed into a burning orphanage.
Or not.
No.
Of course
that's
he did.
A no.
Yeah, all right. He tripped over the remote and fell down the stairs because he was drunk. But the orphanage thing sounds better.
It does. Yeah.
All right. Look, I had a couple of chuckles there. This is how you want to leave your legacy.
I like it though.
I give him like a C- on. I'm grading these.
We're grading them. Oh, good. Yeah, sure. I like it. Okay.
For creativity.
Yeah.
But I don't think that in life I would have hung out with this guy.
No, he's not for you.
No. I see too many idiots pulling wheelies on the street anyway.
Oh my God,
on the bikes.
Route 9.
I can't. He's drinking and shooting the bottle. Yeah. Okay. I don't judge. I don't like anyone. Next, what else you got there?
The next obituary is part life story and part list of things this lady felt that people should do in order to make the world a better place.
Oh, okay. So this is an obituary. She's leaving a speech here?
It's an interesting one.
Oh, I can't wait.
Okay. Mary A. Pink Mullaney. Mm-hmm. Now, here's her obituary.
Go.
If you're about to throw away an old pair of pantyhose, stop. Consider Mary Agnes Mullaney. You probably knew her as Pink, who entered eternal life on Saturday, September 1st, 2013. Her spirit is carried on by her 6 children, 17 grandchildren, 3 surviving siblings in New Jersey, spelled Joysey.
Joysey. Yeah.
And an extended family of relations and friends from every walk of life. We were blessed to learn many valuable lessons from Pink during her 85 years. Mm-hmm. Among them, never throw away old pantyhose. Use the old ones to tie gutters, child-proof cabinets, tie toilet flappers, or hang Christmas ornaments.
Hang Christmas ornaments from your pantyhose?
I guess so.
Unless it's not like you Hefner's house. I don't know where you would hang your underwear.
Also,
alrighty.
If a possum takes up residence in your shed, grab a barbecue brush and coax him out. If he doesn't leave, brush him for 20 minutes and let him stay.
Or give him your pantyhose and let him have a night out on the town.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Okay. All right.
Let a dog or 2 or 3 share your bed. Say the rosary while you walk them. Go to church with a chicken sandwich in your purse. Cry at the consecration every time. Give the chicken sandwich to your homeless friend after Mass. Go to the nursing home and kiss everyone. When you learn someone's name, share their patron saint story and their feast day so they can celebrate. Invite new friends to Thanksgiving dinner. If they are from another country and you have trouble understanding them, learn to listen with an accent. Never say mean things about anybody. They are poor souls to pray for. Put picky-eating children in a box at the bottom of a laundry chute. Tell them they are hungry lions in a cage and feed them veggies through the slats.
Wow! Alrighty then.
Correspond with the imprisoned and have lunch with the cognitively challenged. Do the jumble every morning. Keep your car keys under the front seat.
I know why she's dead. Someone killed her. She's a pain in the ass, dude.
Keep your car keys under the front seat
with your pantyhose,
so they don't get lost.
Okay. Kind of hard to drive with your keys in the front seat, don't you think?
Make the car dance by lightly tapping the brakes to the beat of the song on the radio.
Yeah, that's a good way to get rear-ended. Did you work for an insurance company? Why else would you do that?
Offer rides to people carrying a big load or caught in the rain or the summer heat.
You know what? As soon as I see strangers with a big load on the side of the road, I said, where you going? Hop in! You got shotgun!
Well,
yeah, alrighty then.
She says, believe the hitchhiker you pick up, who says he is a landscaper and his name is Pete Moss.
Okay, you need to stop. I can't.
Help anyone struggling with their kids into a car or shopping cart.
Again with the car. What is she, kidnapped?
Give to every charity that asks. Choose to believe the best about what they do with their money, no matter what your children say they discovered online.
Oh, wow. All right. Well...
So that's Pink.
Pink Gullible. Yeah, there she is. First of all, when I think of Pink, that's not the lady I think of. Yeah, all right. Gullible Greta over there. I don't know what she's picked. So she's like doing things with pantyhose and possums
and kissing people in nursing homes
and listening with an accent. I'd like to learn how to do that.
I don't know.
Listening with an accent. I'm going to work on that.
Give a chicken sandwich to your homeless friend.
I always, you know what? I get, but I mean, I guess you have to listen, and yeah, which I'm not. So, okay, I'm sure she was a nice lady, and I'm sure she did the right thing and all that. Yeah. Okay, but I'm bored.
I agree with the let a dog or two or three sleep in your bed.
That's where the band 3 Dog Night got their.
It's a 3 dog night.
I have
a 3 dog night every night.
There you go. I have a 4 or 5 cat night. And I get what she's saying, feed the homeless, feed the stray. I totally get that. That's very nice.
I don't know. She must have had a problem with possums, though, based on her experience.
Yeah, I don't know if I worded it that way, but well, I have some spare pantyhose laying around.
Yeah.
I was going to use them to rob a bank later this afternoon, right after I pick up strangers with large car. Sacks. Yeah. And I drive with my keys on the front seat. Next.
Anyway.
Alrighty.
The next one is from West Lafayette, Indiana. Karen Lou Short. Okay, here we go. Karen Lou Short of North Manchester, formerly of Noblesville and West Lafayette, Indiana, passed away on March 6, 2014, after a long illness with pulmonary fibrosis. Lou, as she was known, spent her life as a nonconformist, filled with humor and adventure. She died at home with her parrot by her side, listening to Ricky Martin sing Living La Vida Loca. She was predeceased in death by her adoptive parents, George and Ruby Short, of Edgewood, Florida. Also preceding her demise was Isabel, her beloved bread truck that was converted living space, and her parrots, Tootsie, Hamlet, and Quinto. Karen lived as a child in West Virginia, moved to Noblesville in the 1950s, and graduated from Noblesville High School. She lived most of her life in West Lafayette, Indiana. She was happily divorced from at least 2 men. The first being Gerald Ray Wigan of Indiana, he is also happily divorced. Karen is survived by her sister, Carol Short, and her favorite daughter, Tova. Let's see. And 4 grandchildren, Stephanie. Anyway, let's go on. Moving on. Okay. Karen traveled the highways, hitchhiking. She loved California, Nevada, New York, and Virginia.
Stop there a minute. Did the one with the pantyhose pick her up when she was hitchhiking?
Maybe.
Did they know each other? It makes you wonder.
It does make you wonder.
Okay, but I digress.
Okay. She never enjoyed the humidity of Florida, but went there anyway. She attended both Indiana U and Purdue, accumulating over 200 combined credits. Karen was an avid Indiana U fan. Her favorite daughter was a hoser by birth, but a Boilermaker by the grace of God. She spoke Hebrew, Portuguese, Spanish, and she studied French, Romanian, Russian, and Danish. Karen worked as a tutor for the men's PU basketball team. Where am I going with this? Oh,
I don't know.
She was a hot dog vendor in West Lafayette at the Village. She was known as the hot dog lady by a generation of Purdue students who frequented her bars in the Village. She wore crazy, wacky hats every night she worked. Karen was a Girl Scout of the worst kind. You know, that one that has something in the backpack for every eventuality. She enjoyed buying secondhand things at Goodwill, dumpster diving in May after the PU students let out, camping anywhere, and not living in a house with a foundation. She also enjoyed coming and going as she pleased. She collected books and puzzles and hats, and she required all scheduled activities to be around the Jeopardy schedule. She tried never to miss an episode. She also listened...
Like Rain Man?
Yeah, exactly.
Jeopardy's on.
She also listened to the Prairie Home Companion religiously. In fact, her favorite vacation of all was the time she was sent to Lake Woebegone and learned how to make Norwegian banana bread for the Lutheran bake sale. Her happiest and fondest memories are of summer camp, especially the years her parents forgot to come get her and she was there for an extra week. If you wish to honor this experience, please see the donate link. She wants her gold teeth back from the dentist that yanked them out. Those were her teeth to keep. Her last wish...
What's she going to do with them now?
Good question.
Okay.
Her last wish is to have the song Another One Bites the Dust played at her memorial. If you have no cash to donate, Karen would like you to consider visiting your local farmer's market, hiking a local park, and making some homemade chicken noodle soup next time your neighbor is sick. Or as a last resort, pay your next restaurant bill with all $1 bills, just to make them wonder where you got them.
Dollar bill, yo. I see why her parents left her in camp for an extra week, number one. Number two, these are not obituaries. These are autobiographies.
You think she wrote that one? I think she wrote that one. Yeah.
No, her parrot wrote it. Yeah, these are people, I guess, as their final, their swan song, they're writing their last, they're writing their autobiography. Okay, I mean, I get it, I think.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Whatever happened to, here lies, blah, blah, blah.
Well, that goes on the headstone. That's different.
No, but in the regular obituaries. What do you write in a regular, but here, I
don't think there is such a thing as a regular obituary.
These are not regular, but these are like books and volumes. I mean...
Hey.
No, right, don't they write, sorry to express the passing of so-and-so, and they give funeral arrangements, and they give a brief synopsis of the person.
Well, I guess it also depends on how much money the person has to spend, because it's a word count.
And you is that right? They get paid by the word, like Charles Dickens did? Okay, yeah. All right. Well,
all right.
So people, they want to write everything about themselves. The fact, if I was a dumpster diver, I don't think I'd want that in my obituary.
Why not? That's who
sure.
you are?
I'm sure there's something else that you can. Do you want to go out by that's what you want to leave?
If I think I would, if I was one of those people who found like really amazing finds in dumpsters, which I'm not, it's usually shit. I would want to be proud about that. And I'd be like, look at all the cool stuff I found. No.
Okay. I wouldn't want included, she did really good at Kohl's and she only went there with a 30% coupon.
Oh, we're putting that in your obituary.
Yeah, no, don't want that. Don't want that.
She was a great educator for the kids and this bitch knew how to find a deal.
Yeah, okay.
I'm writing your obituary.
That part can stay out. I'm just,
That's going in.
Yeah.
Okay, next. William Ziegler escaped this mortal realm on July 29, 2016, at the age of 69. We think he did it on purpose to avoid having to make a decision in the pending presidential election. He leaves behind 4 children, 5 grandchildren, and the potted meat industry, for which he was an unofficial spokesman until dietary restrictions forced him to eat real food. William volunteered for service in the United States Navy at the ripe old age of 17, and immediately realized that he didn't much enjoy being bossed around. He only stuck it out for one war. Before his discharge, however, the government exchanged numerous ribbons and medals for various honorable acts. Upon his return to the city of New Orleans in 1971, thinking it best to keep an eye on him, government officials hired William as a fireman. After 25 years, he suddenly realized that running away from burning buildings made more sense than running towards them. He promptly retired. Looking back, William stated that there was no better group of morons and mental patients than those he had the privilege of serving with, except Bob. He never liked you, Bob. Following his wishes,
that's something I would
that's
do.
Good.
Yeah, that I like. Okay.
Following his wishes, there will not be a service, but well-wishers are encouraged to write a note of farewell on the Schaefer Light beer can and drink it in his honor. He was never one for sentiment or being religious, but he wanted you to know that if he owes you a beer and if you can find him in heaven, he will gladly allow you to buy him another. He can likely be found forwarding tasteless internet jokes. Check your spam folder, but don't open these at work. expect to find an alcoholic dog named Judge passed out at his feet. Unlike previous times, this is not a ploy to avoid creditors or old girlfriends. He assures us that he is gone. He will be greatly missed.
That's funny.
That's a good one. I
okay.
like that one. Yeah.
Okay. That's funny. Not funny for Bob.
No.
Bob,
Bob?
you suck.
Poor Bob.
Bob knows who he's talking about.
Except Bob. He
Except
never liked you, Bob.
We never liked Bob.
All right, William.
That's funny.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah,
okay.
Short and sweet, too.
Yeah, that wasn't,
not too bad.
That was just, okay.
All right. So now we got some short and nasty ones.
Ooh.
Just a couple.
Okay.
Yeah, these are definitely not written by the deceased. These are definitely written by people who did not.
Somebody who had it in for them.
Yeah.
It's like a final revenge thing.
Yeah.
I mean, what are they going to do? Dead men tell no tales.
Exactly.
What are you going to do?
Nothing.
All right. Ultimate revenge.
All right. So let's look at some real shitty obits.
Okay.
Kathleen Demelo. I'm not going to read the whole one because it lasts a little bit, but here we go. In 1962, she became pregnant by her husband's brother, Lyle Demino, and moved to California. She abandoned her children, Gina and Jay, who were raised by her parents. She passed away on May 31st, 2018 in Springfield, and will now face judgment. She will not be missed by Gina and Jay, and they understand that this world is a better place without her.
Oh, wow. So one of her kids wrote this.
Yeah, very clearly.
Yeah, it's either Gina or Jay. They wrote it. They have abandonment issues.
Yeah.
And, okay.
Yeah.
I get that.
I
wow.
get that.
All right. Well, it's a final screw you to the mother who abandoned you.
I just want to read this one line from an obituary I found for Leslie Ray Charping's obit. He died in 2017, and it sounds like his family is glad. I mean, glad he's gone.
I mean, I hate to say it, but some people do us a favor.
Yeah. This one says, passed away January 30th, 2017, which is 29 years longer than expected and much longer than he deserved.
Wow.
Shit.
So it makes you wonder what these people did.
Yeah.
To make somebody write something awful about them.
Yeah. Here's a bit more from this. This is from Leslie Ray Charping's obituary. Leslie was surprisingly intelligent. However, he lacked ambition and motivation to do anything more than being reckless, wasteful, squandering family savings, and fantasizing about get-rich-quick schemes. Leslie's hobbies included being abusive to his family, expediting trips to heaven for the beloved family pets, and fishing, which he was less skilled at than the previously mentioned. Leslie's life served no other purpose. He did not contribute to society or serve his community, and he possessed no redeeming qualities besides quick-witted sarcasm, which was amusing during his sober days.
That's a very Byrne relative.
That, yeah.
He sounds like a piece of crap.
Yeah.
And that's that's what they saw.
That's your final story.
I mean, you can't really blame somebody if I mean, I don't know if I'd do that, but I can understand why somebody would want to, you ever go to like a funeral for somebody that's a real jerk and a real disgusting human being, right?
No, I don't waste my time.
I have to sometimes. No, I've been at funerals where I'm like, this person was not really a wonderful person. And sometimes you have to go for whatever reason.
No, I only go to funerals of people I respected and loved and admired. I do not waste my time going to someone who was sucked ass.
You have to, I had to go for a buddy of mine because it was her husband who passed.
Okay.
And I felt bad for her. And I wanted to be there to support her, even though I knew her husband was a piece of garbage.
So deep down inside, you're like, girl, you're better off.
But you don't say that.
Oh, I would.
You don't. I did. So she and I were friendly, and she had this disgusting human being husband, and I personally, I felt she was better off without his disgustingness around her. But I went for her and the kids because they weren't disgusting people. Get it?
Sure, I got you.
And you go to the funeral, and I expect to hear the truth. And nobody is going to get up there and say he was, whatever he had, alcohol, some kind of something. He was a jerk, and he was, verbally abusive to her, and he was a real rotten dad, a really miserable man. Nobody will say that. I don't care who it is. They say, well, he's at peace, or, and they always make them sound much nicer if they were a horrible, no clergy in the world is going to get up and say, this guy was a horrible person. You just don't do it, and you can't do it, and it's not the children don't want, the children know.
They already know.
They already know.
Yeah.
So my point being, if the wife or the children take it upon themselves to write an obit like that, I get that. This is how they remember him. And this is, nobody's going to write something like that without a good reason.
Right, because you have to pay for that. You have to pay to put that obituary to paper. So it's got to be something where this person was such an asshole and you want the world to know.
That's right.
In your own special way.
Right, right. And that's the last final, this is how I want everybody to see you for what you were.
Yeah.
And I can get that. I personally, if the person, I just wouldn't even put anything there.
I wouldn't waste the time.
I wouldn't waste it. Bury him? Yeah, go find them. Where's he buried? Go find them.
I don't care.
Yeah, in my yard.
Yeah.
So that's funny.
Some funny, some kind of silly.
Some are hurtful. They're very. These sound like people that are in pain. Yeah. If you want everybody to know that this person was a real jerk. Yeah. And then on the flip side, write your own. Leave a funny 3-page.
I'm telling you right now. I'm like, she was a great educator. And this bitch knew how to find a deal at Kohl's.
Wow.
That is
Thank you. Well, you're going to, okay, so that's good.
All right, so if I died, what would you have to say about me?
Sorry I killed her, number one. I'm sorry I killed Shannon. Come and find me. No. Only everything, I could never picture saying anything bad about you alive or dead, because you are the best.
You are the best.
You're the best.
You're the best.
Fuck you, you're the best. Fuck you bigger, you're the best. So, no.
Okay.
Yes. So, no.
Well, that was just something different. I thought, let's...
Makes you think about writing your own obit.
Right?
I never thought of these things.
Do I take the time to think about my life and what I've done?
Right.
I've had a
How do you
life,
want what do you want? Well, it leads you to the question, what do you want to be known for? I think that's it. What is your legacy and what do you want to be known for?
I want to be known as the historian that people liked to listen to, who always learn something new from. I want to be the one that people always learn something new from. Yeah.
That's exactly what you are, the historian, the good friend, the lovely human being. No, seriously. I know I joke a lot, but, dog lover.
Yes.
Obviously.
Dog mom. If I die... And if I die and I'm alone, you're getting my dogs, just so you know.
Me? Okay. Yeah. Oh, Frankie loves me. Yeah.
Frankie. My Frankie bacon.
Yeah.
Oh.
I need insurance for that.
Yeah.
He loves me. He will.
I
know. He's getting better.
He is.
I think that's what it's about. What will this is what you need to think about, breathers. Are you writing this down?
Yeah.
I'll wait. You go get a crayon. I'll wait. Okay. I think they're back.
Okay.
What will be your legacy? What do you want to be known for?
Yeah.
When you pass away, whether you write your own obituary or someone writes it about you in a hurtful way or someone writes it in a wonderful way. I think that depends on how they see you and how you treated them.
Yeah.
And that's what it comes down to. What will you be known for?
Exactly.
So
there you have it.
There you have it, people.
All right. And thank you for listening
to yet another bizarre,
weird episode of All My Favorite People Are Dead.
Bye, breathers.
Bye.
In the grave, all my favorite people are dead. All my favorite people are dead. I'm saying all